Welcome back to Reds Fusion LFC, your one spot for all things Liverpool FC. Massive news breaking today as Newcastle United star Alexander Isak is pushing for a sensational £130 million move to Anfield. With jaw-dropping wage demands and even Kylian Mbappé playing a surprising role behind the scenes, this could be one of the biggest transfers in Liverpool history. Let's dive into the details of how the Reds can still pull this off after a £400 million summer spree. Alexander Isak wants to join Liverpool in £130 million summer move. Liverpool transfers, Reds receive green light to push for record-breaking Alexander Isak deal. Just when you think that Liverpool's transfer window is set to calm down, another deal explodes. The Reds have already spent approximately £260 million this summer and they're not done yet. Hugo Ekitike became the latest arrival after his £69 million move from Eintracht Frankfurt was confirmed by the club yesterday. Now, Liverpool's attention turns to a record-breaking move to sign Alexander Isak from Newcastle United. The Swedish forward has told the club that he wants to leave this summer and is favouring a move to the Premier League champions this summer. According to Fabrizio Romano, Isak is opening his doors to Liverpool and has also ruled out a move to Saudi club Al Hilal via Anfield sector. Newcastle United value Isak at £150 million, but that price tag has not deterred Liverpool's interest. Instead, the Reds are preparing a £130 million offer for the 25-year-old. That value would smash every record in British football, which Liverpool have already done this summer with the £116 million arrival of Florian Wirtz. For Newcastle, the timing couldn't be worse. So far this summer they've only landed Anthony Elanga from Nottingham Forest, whilst failing in attempts to sign the likes of Liam Delap, João Pedro and James Trafford. Moreover, their ideal replacement for Isak was Ekitike, who now finds himself at Liverpool. The Magpies are pushing to sign Yoane Wissa from Brentford in a £35 million move. The likes of Benjamin Sesko, Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Lois Openda are also on the shortlist. For Liverpool, both Luis Diaz and Darwin Núñez are set to leave this summer. The first of those is moving even closer to joining Bayern Munich in a deal that could be worth £70 million. Alexander Isak, demanding wages higher than every Premier League player bar 5. Alexander Isak's staggering wage demands have been disclosed as Liverpool maintain their interest in the Newcastle United striker despite the arrival of Hugo Ekitike. Alexander Isak's reported wage demands would make him one of the highest-paid players in Premier League history. The Newcastle United striker continues to be linked with Liverpool despite the Reds' £79 million acquisition of Hugo Ekitike from Eintracht Frankfurt. As speculation over Isak's future continues to rage, Eddie Howe opted to leave him out of his Magpies squad for last weekend's friendly at Celtic, while footage of the Swede allegedly training on his own has emerged on social media. To add further intrigue to his situation, it has been confirmed that Isak will miss the Magpies' pre-season tour to Asia due to a minor thigh issue. Isak's agent, Gonzalo Gaitan, has told Saudi Arabian outlet Ariadia that he is studying and analyzing all options. He added, "We may be close to finalizing the next step for the player." Without revealing any details regarding whether Isak will transfer or stay with Newcastle. Talks over extending Isak's Newcastle contract have been taking place. His current deal, not due to expire until 2028, is believed to be worth £120,000 per week. However, Isak wants to explore a move away from the northeast, according to the Daily Mail, and his representatives are chasing a deal that would net their player £300,000 per week, reports TalkSport. That would place him within the top echelons of Premier League earners. According to Spotrac, just 5 top-flight players, including 2 Liverpool stars, earn beyond that amount. Heading the way is Manchester City's Erling Haaland on £525,000. Next comes Mohamed Salah, £400,000, Manchester United's Casemiro, £350,000, Virgil van Dijk, £350,000. And Chelsea's Raheem Sterling, £325,000. Howe addressed the speculation around his star striker as he explained why he wasn't involved against Celtic. Isak had actually travelled to Glasgow with the squad, only to be sent home. The Newcastle boss said, "It was my decision. He travelled back to Glasgow with us, but I decided to send him home due to the speculation around him. Both, Joelinton and Isak, are fit but not ready to play. Alex has trained and is fine, but we didn't want to take the risk with him." Howe added, "Yes, I've had discussions with him, but that's not abnormal. I respect a player's career and how short it is. Alex has been really good, he's trained really well, and I realize there'll be noise around him. We have a few of those players who are irreplaceable. Your top players are so hard to find, so hard to recruit and so hard to develop. So when you have them, you need to treasure them. Of course, we're desperate to keep him as part of our team. I think it's difficult for me to ever give 100% clarity on any player, I'd never do that." How Liverpool can still afford Alexander Isak after $400 million spending spree. Liverpool is having an all-timer of a transfer window, and it could get even better with the prospective addition of Alexander Isak, who wants to leave Newcastle. When it emerged last week that Liverpool was going to sign Hugo Ekitike, it seemed as though a move for Alexander Isak was off the cards. The Reds had already committed close to $300 million to new signings before the arrival of Ekitike, and that figure is now closer to $400 million, including add-ons. Ekitike, Florian Wirtz, Milos Kerkez, Jeremy Frimpong, and Georgi Mamardashvili, who goes down as a 2025 signing despite agreeing to join Liverpool last year, all arrived for lofty sums, but the Reds' biggest signing of the summer may be yet to come. That's because the deal to sign Isak seemingly remains on the cards, after the Swede told Newcastle that he wants to leave the club this summer. Isak missed Newcastle's friendly against Celtic over the weekend, with Eddie Howe, somewhat surprisingly, publicly admitting after the game that the Swede had been left out due to the recent speculation surrounding his future. "It was my decision, to leave Isak out," Howe said. "He travelled back to Glasgow with us, but I decided to send him home due to the speculation around him. The last thing he wanted is to be sat in the stand watching, that wasn't fair to him. But I'm confident he will be a Newcastle player come the end of the window." Many soccer fans are wondering how Liverpool could possibly afford to sign Isak after spending so heavily already this summer, but the Reds are in a fantastic financial position, having barely spent any money in the previous two transfer windows. The sales of Jarell Quansah, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Caoimhin Kelleher also raised around $75 million, while Harvey Elliott, Luis Diaz, Darwin Núñez and Federico Chiesa could all also leave. Diaz is said to be the subject of an imminent $88 million bid from Bayern Munich, while the Reds are also holding out for significant fees for Elliott and Núñez, who are both for sale for the right place. It's not clear where Liverpool stands on Chiesa, but he was the most notable omission from the 29-man squad that travelled to Hong Kong on Sunday. It would not be unreasonable to suggest that Liverpool could receive around $150 million for Núñez, Elliott and Chiesa combined. If that amount were to be added to the possible Diaz money and the fees received for Quansah, Alexander-Arnold and Kelleher, Liverpool's spend would not look so indulgent, and that is why a move for Isak is still a possibility. Kylian Mbappé played key role in Liverpool's latest blockbuster transfer. Paris Saint-Germain striker Hugo Ekitike is on the verge of completing his £79 million move to Liverpool, and the Frenchman has opened up on the role Kylian Mbappé played in his transfer. Liverpool has completed its latest acquisition in what has been a remarkable summer transfer window as it gears up to chase a record-breaking 21st English Championship this campaign. It comes after the club used a genius transfer tactic. Hugo Ekitike has arrived from Eintracht Frankfurt, though he may not have developed into the prolific frontman that the Reds regard him as without Kylian Mbappe's influence. Ekitike has joined up with his new teammates in Hong Kong after a £79 million, $107 million, move from Frankfurt. He is poised to make another significant step up to a European powerhouse for the second occasion in his fledgling career, having previously joined Paris Saint-Germain from Reims in 2022. Ekitike arrived in a £30 million, $40.6 million, transaction following his 2022-23 season loan stint with the Parisians, though matters didn't unfold as anticipated. The 23-year-old found it challenging to establish himself during a difficult period, when he was competing with the likes of Mbappé and Lionel Messi for playing time. He managed merely 4 strikes in 33 outings. PSG immediately offloaded him to Frankfurt for slightly above £14 million, $19 million, after he had done sufficient to persuade the Bundesliga side during his 2023-24 loan spell. During his introduction, Isak disclosed that Mbappé had influenced his choice to make the transfer following an unsuccessful period in Paris. "I have become a better footballer and a better person because of him, Mbappé," he said. "I watched him a lot, and he gave me a lot of tips on where I could improve. He recommended that I take the next step and advised me to come here to progress and develop." Isak had a standout season in Germany last year, aiding Frankfurt in securing Champions League qualification with an impressive tally of 22 goals and 13 assists across all competitions. The Anfield Titans started their summer dealings well in advance, securing a deal for 24-year-old goalkeeper Georgi Mamardashvili. Jeremy Frimpong was the next to join, arriving from Bayer Leverkusen to fill the shoes of Trent Alexander-Arnold, who departed for Real Madrid. Frimpong's Leverkusen colleague, Florian Wirtz, followed suit, finalizing a staggering £116 million, $157 million, move to Liverpool. Milos Kerkez was next in line, completing an exciting switch from Bournemouth after making a name for himself as one of the Premier League's top fullbacks. Now, Isak is poised to become Arne Slot's 5th significant signing, a formidable prospect for Liverpool's competitors following their comfortable Premier League victory.